Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Driving Perilously, the show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that we find.
Selling my current home that I'm in, it's quite large, and purchasing a smaller home, or is it more wise just to fix up the home that I'm in?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't heard anybody sing like that in a while. Huh.
Extremely important, both gas and coal from outside.
So it's a rainy Monday afternoon, 4:30. Oh, that's a pretty note. Don't know what song that is. Or what singer. Oh. So there's a lot of versions of that song I've heard, and I've liked every one I've heard so far. I don't remember this one. It's beautiful though, right? Usually it's not two ladies. Nice violin part in there. Wow. That's pretty. I don't know who it is.
It'll pay everybody back. It's a wild addiction, and you can see this all playing out. So now there's talk that maybe Twitch, the platform, again.
I haven't heard that song in a decade or two. Easy like Sunday morning. So I want to know why Lionel Richie, who wrote Endless Love and recorded Endless Love with Diana Ross, one of the best duets of all time, they performed it flawlessly on the Oscars. Why don't they sing it? Why don't they go to each other's concerts and sing Endless Love? It's one of the best songs ever. And then Diana sings it by herself. I don't know why. And he did it with Shania Twain. But the Diana Ross, Lionel Richie version of Endless Love is just off the charts. Dolly and Kenny sang together their duet. Why don't we have more than one live version of that? So this is when he was with the Commodores. So I've got A Sunday Kind of Love, which is in the Great American Songbook, and Easy Like Sunday Morning, which I think Lionel wrote. I don't even know. And I heard another Sunday song, A Love Strong Enough to Last Past Saturday Night. I think there's two of those. I don't know. Stubborn bathtub soap scum. Not one of my worst problems. Another inconsequential episode of Driving Perilously. Let's see what Legends is going to play. Might be Ella. It's my guess. We'll see. No, it's probably
Learn
more
about their
commercials.
mission, members and clients' goals, fundraising ideas, and upcoming events. That's Let's Talk Charity, Sunday mornings at 9:30 on Legends. Are you 65 or turning 65 soon? Then
Nope.
you need
I like this song. But for the longest, I didn't know they were saying borderline. I thought they were saying toe the line or draw the line, or I didn't know what they were saying, but they're saying borderline.
They have everything to do with it.
What does it have?
Listen, okay, first of all, you didn't answer my question.
What?
Alright, I'm gonna answer yes. By the way,
Hold on.
I'm gonna answer the question in a twofold way.
Go ahead.
What interest
Yes.
does the crown have in Jamaica, and why they have interest in Jamaica?
Well, from my perspective, I mean, how I see it, I think
The woman isn't even cold yet. So the British Empire, the British Commonwealth, and now what's gonna happen? Don't know. We'll see. And most importantly, what the heck's the difference between an empire and a commonwealth and just a relationship in which a bigger country tells you what to do? So if we change the money, take the monarch off of the money, but the economic systems are still in place, I was reading about Teddy Roosevelt. Colombia owned the land. The land where the Panama Canal is was Colombia. It was part of Colombia. And Colombia didn't want to build a canal there. So Teddy Roosevelt encouraged the people there to revolt and form their own country of Panama, who were happy to build the Panama Canal. Are you kidding me? And now, how do I live this long and not know that story? So, it's certainly possible that Panama was never part of the American Empire. But can't we say, since that happened, that Panama was part of the American Empire? No, our president wasn't on their money. But come on, who are we kidding? So I like the idea that a territory can become a state and can become just as important as New York or California. But what is the deal with us just doing whatever we want? And why am I saying us? Right? I wasn't alive. But what is the deal with countries taking over other countries? There's got to be some kind of differentiation between centralization and whoever has the power where it actually is. If the people around the Panama Canal wanted a Panama Canal, that's one thing. If they didn't, that's another thing. they must have been not particularly under Colombia's control, or it wouldn't have happened, I guess. I don't know. It just seems to me that just because you're bigger doesn't mean you get to boss everybody around. But everybody can't have the same say. What is that? Everybody votes on every issue? So I'm reading this book, A Half-Built Garden, by Ruth Anna Emrys. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. E-M-R-Y-S. Ruth Anna Emrys. And these people are receiving feedback for every decision they make. Well, this particular character, Carol, is receiving feedback. She's on a live stream, and she's receiving feedback for what she should do whenever she wants feedback about what to do. And so people in this futuristic society are all voting about what she should do, and she believes in the collective, and she's listening to what hundreds of other people are telling her to do and say, and she thinks that's the best way to live her life. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'm used to people thinking of the voice in the back of their head, which is their parents' voice, usually, telling them what they should do. But in this futuristic novel, she's getting real input from real people in real time. I'll change that phrase, in real time. Like fake time, like what? And deciding what she should do based on the populace. But then, of course, she has a wife and another couple, parenting partners or something, and she's balancing what they believe and do and say and want with what the public wants. Oh no, not the public, the watershed. So she's in, I don't know, DC, Baltimore maybe, that area, Chesapeake. She's in the Chesapeake watershed. And everybody in the Chesapeake watershed is able to tell her what she should do, or to answer her questions, or to do research for her. And she's concerned that that's the top authority in her life, is these people in the same regional area and what they think. And then they're contrasting that with a hive mind. So it's interesting, the idea that the collective versus the individual. They've got to throw in the gender roles in there. But I don't know, it just seems like these things are passing fancies. The radio, the television that we know. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so that was today's edition of Driving Perilously, the show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that we find. And apparently, we also talk about whatever happens to be at hand. So I wish you a happy Monday, and we'll probably be recording another edition of this tomorrow or the next day.